let me first start by saying that I'm here tonight because injustice is injustice, and it is clear that this bill is not a just one. I know the Reverend Michael Faulkner for a little while. In fact, I will disagree with him respectfully in one respect. This is a political issue too, and I'll tell you why. Mike Faulkner ran as a Republican, a very conservative individual, and he's also at heart a libertarian. Those are two very diverse political spectrums to be on. And he shares with me that in common. Because I too am not just a Republican, I ran as a conservative, an independent, and a libertarian. All four lines in Queens. And we won by over 5.5% because my community has a set of core values. And those values are important. And I have the most ethnically and religiously diverse community in the county of Queens, which is the most diverse county in the city of New York. I have the largest Hindu temple in the entire United States, the Ganesh Temple, in my district. I have one of the largest churches in my district, St. Andrew Avellino, one of the largest parishes in the city of New York. I have incredible Jewish organizations that span the gamut. I have the Chabad, Hasidic community in my district in Bay Terrace, running through the Orthodox, conservative, and even the Reform Jews throughout my district. Of course, I have a myriad of Protestant groups, ranging from Seventh-day Adventists to Baptists to Lutherans, and they all coexist very well in my community for one reason, because they respect the values of our community. The most important value our community has is embodied in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator, however you define that Creator, with certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. What's the first one? It's talking about life. Now, I'm going to stand here and tell you that this council bill has so many problems from a constitutional perspective. And I was a lawyer who practiced a little bit of constitutional law. I was a prosecutor. And I see these flaws. And those are the flaws I focused on in this council hearing. And I think the phrase that came out of it was, is Planned Parenthood going to disclose that there's no parenthood in Planned Parenthood? Well, that's the question I asked, and of course I got absolutely no answer. And I asked the Department of Consumer Affairs, who was advocating for this bill, have you ever attempted to regulate the speech rights of any other not-for-profit organization? Their answer was no. I said to them, have you notified the Department of Health of the state of New York that they're violating some health law? That the claims that are being made at this council hearing, that there are people being told medical advice by non-professionals. Did you report that to the state? Did they do an investigation? Is someone going to jail? And the answer, of course, was no. Because that's not what was going on. It's clear what was going on. This was an alternative to abortion. And that's a choice issue, right? We're talking about a choice a woman gets to make. The choice to find an alternative. Not an imposition. Nobody at any of these centers is saying you have to do anything. And more importantly, with names like the Sisters of Life and Bridge to Life, is there any idea what's going on in those centers? But at Planned Parenthood, you're not being deceived. And they said that on the stand in front of the council. There is no confusion about Planned Parenthood, but there is about the Bridge to Life. So you have to ask yourself, are your legislators being honest? And that's unfortunately where this runs into issues. And I'm just here tonight to support those of you who understand that if you want good government, it must be honest government. If you want good laws, they must be honest laws. If you want to ensure that there is liberty, it must be applied uniformly to everyone. Whether you're black or white, whether you're young or old, Protestant or Jew, you must be treated fairly by the law. And our not-for-profits must be treated fairly by the law. You know, being here tonight, it's a great experience to see how your faith is moving you. Now, I want to be honest, I'm a recovering Catholic. I'm no longer one. But I grew up in a church that taught me values, and those values follow through with me in my life. And while I may have looked somewhat differently at God, I do not deny his existence, and I most certainly do not deny that life is what we are here about. Society is meaningless if it doesn't take care of its young and its old. And look at what's happening today to our young and to our old. We have to worry about healthcare constraints, right? And what's going to happen when they ration healthcare for our older people? We're in a position where we don't have the option to even tell people there's an alternative to abortion in New York City. So tonight I want you to go away with one thing from me, that there are some honest politicians. There are some people who are willing to say there's more than one side to the story. And you need to get out and support them and support the movement that you're involved with, not just by being here tonight and praying, not just by organizing tonight, but to actually get out there. And I know Chris Slattery has done a spectacular job of whipping it all into one location for you to find it in that petition. But that petition is the key to your success. This bill will get moved through this council fairly quickly. They will attempt to get it through. Now look, you have an opportunity. You need to seize it. So I just want to congratulate those of you who are doing this for the right reason, on a matter of principle, and understand there will be plenty of people like me who will stand up for the law, the legal principle that is being violated with the intention of this bill, and we will not back down. We will continue to advocate for you. Thank you, and all of you. God bless.